Welcome to the channel, guys. We'll be talking about the weather today. So, these are the morning temps on Friday at 8 a.m. You see, in the north parts of the United States, it's 40s, 50s. The south is 60s and 70s, you see. And up by Maine is like in the 30s, you see, 38. And you see, by California, there's 40s and 50s. And up by Oregon, you see 50s. In Washington, Texas, you see 60s and 70s. In the south, too. And you see some colder air by Green Bay. So let's move on to the next slide. Okay, guys, this is Friday's highs. You see up north there's 70s. You see heat crossing the whole entire United States. See around Pennsylvania some colder air. Ohio has some 60s. Florida has 90s. The south has 80s. You see the west has some 90s. You see 80s, 90s mix. By Colorado, you see some more colder air because of mountains. You see Utah, some colder air. You see Oregon, Washington, 80s and 90s. I see in most of the country seems really warm because we're close to summer. So let's move to Saturday morning's weather. No highs. Okay, guys, this is Saturday at 8 a.m. So you see the temperatures in the morning. You see Ohio, some 40s, the south 50s and 60s, Iowa 40s. You see by California 60s, Nevada 30s, and some by warmer in Vegas. You see Oregon, Washington is 50s and 40s. You see a mix of temperatures. You see Florida, of course, it's always hot there. 70s in the morning. You see or 65, always warm there. So you see Maine, 40s, and see by the Colorado Mountains, colder air. So guys, let's go to the next slide. So you see Saturday, May 11th, daily high. So you see Florida 90s, you see the south 80s, 70s, you see in close to 90, I see a little. You see up by Ohio, Maine 60s, Iowa 70s. I see California 90s in the part over by a little over there. You see by Southern California 90s again a little. Nevada 80s, 70s. You see the North Dakota 70s. You see Washington, Oregon 80s, 70s too. So let's go to the next slide, guys. Okay, guys, this is Sunday morning's lows. This is, you see Florida 70s, no 60s. I actually see. You see Ohio, South Carolina, Pennsylvania 40s and some 50s. You see over by Vegas, Phoenix, Arizona 60s and 70s. Texas 70s, 60s, some 150s or a few 50s. Oklahoma, Kansas 50s. You see Montana 40s. You see Oregon, Washington 50s. So let's go to the next slide, guys. Okay, guys, so this is Sunday, day high. You see Florida 80s. You see it looks like close to 90. You see Kansas 70s, North Dakota 70s, high 70s, Texas some 80s. You see over by Maine 50s and 60s, Pennsylvania a little, Ohio is a little bit warmer. You see California 90s again, some parts of it, and you see Washington, Oregon 70s, 80s. Crazy weather. Let's go to the next slide, guys. Okay, guys, this is Monday morning. You see temperatures. You see over by Oklahoma, Kansas 60s, some 50s. You see stretching up to Iowa. You see. And you see heat in Texas in the morning, 70s. Florida, you see 70s too. You see Las Vegas, looks like 70s. Looks like Phoenix, no, Arizona is all over the place. You see Washington, Oregon, 40s and 50s. You see. So guys, let's go to the next slide. Okay, guys, you see Monday's daily highs. You see most of the country you see is hot. You see 70s, 80s. Even it looks like you even see 100 in one place. You see, or it looks like by Arizona. It looks like, and you see Florida 80s. You see across the country is very warm, I would say. And the lakes are starting to warm up from winter. You see. So let's go to the next slide, guys. Okay, guys. So we'll be talking about accumulation now. This is the past 24 hours as of Friday at 2 p.m. and starting at Thursday at 2 p.m. So you see the south has more accumulation, close to 2 inches you see, or a little over 2 inches you see in some spots. Pennsylvania, you see like close to an inch. You see other places. Oh, you see by Denver, it looks like, or in the mountains of Denver. You see by Denver, you see over a little close to an inch or more of rain accumulation. Other spots you don't see as much. So let's go to the next slide. Okay, guys, we're at Saturday at 2 p.m. Another 24 hours later. See the south has got a little more accumulation. You see Pennsylvania get more accumulation too. You see Pennsylvania looks like it got maybe around 1.5 inches in some spots. You see Colorado looks like you got a little more too. You see other places are scattered. The south looks like it got more. I see. Okay, guys, let's go to the next slide now, guys. So, guys, I wanted to show you the past temperature changes. This is Wednesday, May 8th. You see some spots are higher. Ohio has 11 degrees. You see Pennsylvania 12 degrees. You see Florida, not that much of a difference. You see around Nevada, Utah is a colder a little than the past 24 hours. And you see other places have a little more up and down. So let's go to the next slide, guys. Well, guys, this map looks more drastic for Thursday's past 24-hour temperatures. You see by Ohio, that's a huge drop. You see 24, 21, Pennsylvania 22. You see all over that area 21, 22 minus. Georgia, you see 25 minus. South Carolina minus 20. Then you see up by like Washington, Oregon, those places, Montana, Nevada, Utah. You see a huge increase in temperatures. You see up to like 20 degrees almost in some spots. You see like 10 to 20 degrees. In other spots have almost minus 30 degrees change in 24 hours. Crazy, right? Let's go to the next slide. So, guys, let's talk about the 6 to 10 day precipitation probability outlook. You see by Georgia and Alabama, those places. You see by Florida a little. It looks like an 80 to 90%. You see or higher. You see. Then you see up by like Ohio. You have like it looks like maybe 40 to 50. And you see over by like Nevada, Utah, and those Idaho and Montana is below. You see like 50, 40 in very easy. See. Okay, guys, let's go to the next slide. So, guys, we'll be talking about 8 to 14 day precipitation probability outlook. So you see over by Texas, New Mexico, Arizona, 33 to 40 below. You see. Then you see over by us, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. It looks like 50 to 60. You see over there. Then by Ohio, you see like it looks like 40 to 50 maybe. I think that's it. So see other places that have like 33. That's it, or something like that. So, guys, let's go to the next slide. So, guys, we'll be talking about the severe weather outlook today from the Storm Prediction Center for Friday. You see over by northern Florida, southern Georgia, you see a slight risk for severe weather. It's a 2 out of 5. Then you see more in Georgia, you see 1 out of 5. South Carolina, parts of South Carolina, 1 out of 5. North Carolina, 1 out of 5. You see. Then you see it says TSM above that. Then you see in Texas it's a 1 out of 5 in one spot. You see. Then the rest of it is a TSTM. Then you see it more north by like Minneapolis and stuff, or Iowa, 1 out of 5. In Wisconsin, 1 out of 5. And let's go to the next slide, guys. Okay, guys, we're on tornado outlook now. So you see Florida, 2%. You see in northern part Georgia, southern part you see 2%. By the Carolinas, you see by the ocean you see 2%. Okay, guys, let's go to the next slide. Okay, guys, we're looking at the hail outlook now. So you see by Florida, there's a 5% chance. The Carolinas, by the ocean, 5%, I mean. Then in a part of Texas, you have 5% hail too, guys. So let's go to our wind outlook now. Okay, guys, this is the wind outlook. You see by Florida, there's a 15% chance for bad winds. There's a 5% chance for winds. You see over by South Carolina, North Carolina. Then you see by Texas, there's 5%. You see up by north by Wisconsin. And Wisconsin, 5%. You see? Okay, guys. Let's go to the next slide. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video. So, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.